determine if the series converges or diverges. If it converges, determine its sum. Okay, so e raised to 1 over n minus e raised to 1 over n plus 1. E is just an irrational number. So 1 over n, 1 over n plus 1. So let's find the nth partial sum, and we take the limit of that nth partial sum. So lowercase n is already used, so let me use uppercase nth partial sum, yes, n. So we find the sum of first uppercase n terms. So the first term n equals 1, so plug in 1 here. So this e raised to 1 over 1 minus, I'm going to write over here, minus n equals 1, right? So e raised to 1 over 1 plus 1, 2. E raised to 1 over 2. So e raised to 1 over 1 minus e raised to 1 over 2. That's the first term. Plus second term. N equals 1. Now second term means n equals 2. Plug in n equals 2 here. So e raised to 1 over 2 minus e raised to 1 over 3. So I'm going to write that here, minus e raised to 1 over 3. So I can factor minus out and put parentheses, so this becomes plus. Now you get the idea. E raised to 1 over 1 minus e raised to 1 over 2, that's the first term. E raised to 1 over 2 minus e raised to 1 over 3 is the second term. For the third term, n equals 3. If you plug in 3, then you get e raised to 1 over 3 minus, because we factor minus out, so plus e raised to 1 over 4, and so on. So all the way to nth. So this will be e raised to 1 over n minus here all the way to, when we plug in n, e raised to 1 over n plus 1. E raised to 1 over n plus 1. Okay, we can distribute this negative sign, and e raised to 1/2 is positive. This is negative, negative e raised to 1/2. So these two cancel. E raised to 1/3 cancel. And all the way to, if we write the previous term here, that would have been, that's e raised to 1 over 1 less. So 4, 3. So n plus 1, this would have been n. And this is plus dot 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 plus. But when we distribute, this is essentially negative e raised to 1 over n. Here is positive e raised to 1 over n. So this would cancel with this. So the very first term, e raised to 1 over 1, just e raised to 1, minus e raised to 1 over n plus 1. Okay, we can write 1 over 1 or 1. Only very first term and very last term survives. That can be seen from here, 1 over n plus 1. Here is n plus 1. The gap is 1. Gap is 1 means very first term and very last term survive. Now we take the limit of this nth partial sum when n goes to infinity of Sn. So e raised to 1 is a constant. E just e, minus, when we take the limit, this will be e raised to, limit goes here, 1 over, when n goes to infinity, 1 over infinity, that's 0. 1 over very big is 0. That's the limit. So this is e is just e, an irrational number, minus e raised to 0 is 1. So e is about 2.72 minus 1. So this is about 1.72. That means this series converges to e minus 1. This series converges and its sum is e minus 1. So the series converges to e minus 1. Final.